Hey guys, welcome to this week's review of the Encore. This will be a short review because I feel like every review I'm saying the same thing over and over again. So let's just get right into it. So we know that last week's episode, Nivea left. This week's episode, Lamisha and Irish leave as well. And I guess I can't say I'm surprised. I really can. And I understand why they left. On one hand, I do feel like vocally and dance wise, maybe they needed to do more preparation before getting to this point. I don't really, just in their energy, just by the final episode or this episode with Lamisha walking around, like you can see something is off with her, right? Her energy is off. She's swaying back and forth like something's not right. Same with Irish. They both just seem a little sluggish to me. And I feel like they're going through something independently of what was going on in the house. I feel like they're going through something, and maybe this wasn't the time for them. I think they could have used a little bit more preparation, and they could have got themselves in a better headspace before coming on this show, right? And they also need to stop smoking because it's not good for your voice. But if they do have a second season, which I definitely feel like they should have a second season, I wouldn't be entirely against them coming back, or at least one of them coming back. But if they are going to come back, they have to be a bit more prepared. They have to train their voices more, get into shape so that they can do the dance moves and they can keep up. And I would like to see them try again, right? Cuz you're always going to root for the underdog, but I just don't think this was the right environment for them, independent of the twins, right? I think the twins really just made it worse because they created an environment where it wasn't okay to learn or make mistakes or improve or get better, because their style is to yell and to denigrate people and put them down. And if you are not secure in what you do and your ability, someone talking to you like that, even if you are a secure person, that's gonna weigh on you over time. Because even Nivea, look at Nivea, she had one of the stronger voices in the house. I'm not sure about her dancing, but I'm pretty sure she was okay, that she could move at least, right? And the twins, they liked Nivea, right? No one had an issue with Nivea. But once the twins kind of turned around and they pounced on her, she was done. So the twins at this point, they have scared off four people, right? Because if you look at Aubrey, yeah, I think her name is Aubrey. If you look at Aubrey, the twins were the main reason why she left the house, right? Not to say it's the twins' complete fault, because I think Aubrey as well wanted to be in control, and once she saw that that wasn't gonna happen, she sort of checked out of the experience. But the twins were a big part of that. You know, they scared off Nivea, right? And then of course Lamisha and Irish. So I don't know. And it was really, I mean, I didn't expect any different from them. When people kept asking them, "Oh, why do you think these ladies left? Why do you think Nivea and Lamisha and Irish left?" They sort of put it all on them, but they didn't take any personal responsibility for what they did. It was just more like, "Oh, Nivea snapped." And later on in the episode, when Keely is telling the choreographer what happened, the choreographer was shocked. She was like, "What? But Nivea was just happy the other day, Like, Nivea's always cracking jokes. She seemed like she was in a good place. What happened?" And I'm kind of annoyed with the other ladies, not just the twins, because no one has the balls to just say what it is. The twins have a way of talking to people that's disrespectful. And even like Pam is supposed to be, the older one, the wiser one, the voice of reason. And she was kind of trying to say what she was gonna she was trying to let the twins know what was going on, but she was doing it in such a roundabout way, like she was scared. Same with Shamari. Like last episode, Shamari really rubbed me the wrong way, right? Because she's two-faced, right? When in front of Lamisha and Irish, she's sympathetic to them. But then when she gets around the twins, when they're making fun of Irish and Lamisha, she's laughing. Even when it comes to Nivea, like, Shamari, speak up, say something. Pam, speak up and say something. And that's part of the problem, right? That the other ladies, they just sit there and they let the twins talk to people any kind of way. And of course, Keely is in on it as well. But they let everybody fight the battle on their own, right? So it's like the three, Keely and the twins, are ganging up on one person at a time. And that's just too much. But like I said before, if everybody was just like, you know what? This is not okay. You can't speak to people like this. You need to figure this out. You need to stop. And you don't need to cuss. You don't need to scream. You don't need to threaten to beat people up. They all just need to be united and let the twins get mad, throw their tantrum, let them do whatever they need to do. And then they'll come back and then they'll check their attitude. But if no one kind of tells them what it is, how are they supposed to learn, right? And it's not even about learning. It's about, you have to tell people how you want to be treated at a certain point, right? And it's either they're going to listen or they're not. And if they're not going to listen, then you don't want anything to do with them. So those ladies left, and the twins now, they want Keely to be in the group. But Keely, of course, doesn't want to be in the group. I guess she has had bad experiences in the music industry, which, I mean, it's not shocking or anything. It seemed like she doesn't want to deal with the criticism. And here's the thing, I totally get that. That makes sense. The music industry, especially if you are a mainstream artist, seems like a very dark place to be in. But why would you go on this show? Why are you here? Because you're getting the same scrutiny being on reality television. Because clearly nobody likes you. Okay, I won't say nobody likes you, but the audience so far is not a fan. I'm not a fan of her either. So people are criticizing you regardless, right? Being on the show. So why would you go on the show in the first place? And it's not like, let's be real, right? It's not, I highly doubt that these ladies are going to come together and they're going to go on a tour later on, right? Because they can't even get it together now. I highly doubt anything is going to come from this, to be honest, because especially with the twins, they've isolated the audience so much with their antics that I don't really think anybody would want to support them. Unless the music is super duper awesome and amazing, but from what I heard, it's okay, but it's not that great. I don't even know if I want to watch the next episode. I probably will. Hopefully it's the last episode. If it's the last episode, I can do it. But if it's like 3, 4, 5 more episodes, I don't know. Like, after everybody left, the energy is just off to me. It just doesn't feel right anymore. And I guess when I first watched the show, I was like so excited about it, but this isn't what I thought it would be at all. I thought it would be kind of like a Making the Band type thing, where of course you have the drama, but you also have the music, you have the dancing, you have the business side of it. Like, it was just too much drama and not enough music. And the twins, they kind of just, they messed up the whole show. And even off the show now, when they do their lives, I caught one, and it's like they still don't want to take any accountability for their behavior. Like, how could you not watch the show back and see how you were carrying on. Not to say that everything is your fault, right? But for you not to take any sort of personal responsibility or accountability and be like, you know what? I don't feel like I was wrong with how I felt, but the way I went about it maybe was disrespectful. Because I don't think they were wrong about Lamisha or Irish. I don't think they're necessarily wrong with Cosign either. It's just the way that they approach the situation that is not right. It's unhealthy. Um, I will say, Cosign, he did come back. He did apologize. But later on, he called, I feel like it was Felicia, um, the record that they produced, he called it a demo, and she got offended. Now, I feel like before, before the women, before Nivea, Irish, and whatever the other ladies left, she probably would have yelled and screamed at him and carried on. But because of what happened the night before, I think even though they may not want to say it out loud, right? They don't want to take responsibility out loud. I think privately and internally, they may have realized that they were going too hard and they were doing too much. So I did like the way she handled the situation with Cosign, and she let him know that when you say that, that hurts my feelings. I want to be treated with respect, just like any other producer you would be working with. So when you call my work a demo, that's disrespectful to me, right? And yeah, she was a little hype, but wasn't yelling at the top of her she wasn't yelling at the top of her lungs. She wasn't cussing him out. She said what she had to say in a somewhat respectful way. And Cosign, oh my god, he has a lot of patience, because if it was anybody else, I don't think they would be back. Notice we haven't seen the songwriter, right, since that episode. Anybody else, they would be like, no, forget it. You want to do it? Go ahead. And they would have checked out. But he is very mature, right? And he was able to receive what he said, and he apologized, and he said he'll do better. And I wish that the way Felicia handled that moment, I wish she would have at least tried to channel that sort of maturity in her other situations dealing with the ladies. If so, I think, of course, maybe you would have had someone leave, but I think that Lamisha, Irish, and especially Nivea, I think Nivea would have still been there if they had just been a little bit more mindful, right? And even when Lamisha and Irish was leaving, it was sweet that even despite everything, the twins and the sisters were able to hug it out and not leave in a bad place, but they recognize that maybe this isn't the best or the healthiest situation for them. I think that in that moment, because it feels like they didn't really want to go, if the twins kind of just apologized and said, you know what, we're going to do better with our communication. If they had done that, I really feel like she could have convinced, like they could have convinced Irish and Lamisha to stay. I really do. I think at the end of the day, all they wanted was just a little bit of respect, and if the twins could have gave that, they could have been there. And Keely, one more thing I want to say about Keely, I just feel like she stirred up a lot of mess and a lot of drama, and I feel like she should be held accountable too for a lot of the ladies leaving. And it's just funny to me that now when the ladies leave, and there's only 4 of them now, and they have 5 songs that they have to re-record, right, because 4 ladies left, that when they ask her, okay, can you join the group, she doesn't want to join. So you kind of added to the drama, right? You cause people to leave the group, and then now when they want you, you don't want to do it. I just can't stand Keely. I don't know, later on in the episode, they have to pick their wardrobe. That's not working out. I don't know. The energy is just really off. I don't know. They say they have like a week left and three people just left and they have to record everything again. They have to kind of, I guess, have to learn new choreography because I guess all of them are going to have to be on all five songs where before it was sort of spread out. So it really is a mess. Um, it's really kind of sad how it ended. And now we're left with people, to be honest. I don't even like, no one left in the house I really like the twins, of course. Keely, hell no. Pam, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed in Pam and Shamari because I feel like they were bystanders and sort of enabled the twins and Keely to go around and stir up mess, right? And they didn't speak up. And it just low key feels, especially with Shamari, it just low key feels like that's what she wanted at the end of the day, because now she gets to, have all these singing parts, and now she gets to shine more. Where before, when it was a bigger group, she kind of got lost in the shuffle. So I feel like she didn't really care about them. And it is what it is. I mean, it didn't seem like she really knew the other ladies like that. So I don't know, but I feel like if somebody is doing something wrong, especially in a group setting, you should speak up. You should say something, not just sit back and let someone be destructive. Because at the end of the day, I mean, everybody loses. Everybody loses at the end of the day, right? Now you've created more work for yourself and you kind of set yourself up for failure. So that's everything, guys. See ya.